Now, with the pandemic forcing us to stay at home, there's been a surge in interest for growing your own food over the last 12 months, with online searches for organic food increasing by a whopping 80%.
Wow. Well, broadcaster and writer Maia Dunphy is part of a new campaign to encourage us to grow our own vegetables at home, and she joins us now on the line. Good morning, Maia. How are you?
Hi, Maia.
Good morning. Let me just make it clear from the get-go. You can see from my huge garden that I wouldn't grow enough to feed a rabbit, maybe one small rabbit for about a day or so. So we're not quite self-sustainable yet. But the point is, I always felt that having a small balcony meant that I couldn't do things like this. And I think it's really important to try and, establish and maintain good habits for kids as well. And my little boy now just loves just watching something grow from a seed. And even if you only get one tomato and a few leaves, it's very satisfying. I think a lot of people have felt that over the last year, that we've lost control of so many other things, that actually to take a bit of control back is like, oh, look, there he is.
There he is.
You talk about waiting for watching a pot boil. He's literally waiting for the carrots to grow.
But you're like myself, Maia. You like your food, you love your cooking, and you're a very, very good cook. And it's very important to get the kids invested in that, so they know what they're eating. And if they're watching something grow that they're eventually going to eat, happy days.
Yeah. Do you know what? That is a very, very good point. Now, I am not a cook like you are, Simon, at all. But my little boy, I always thought the one aspect of motherhood that I would nail would be food, because I love food. There's never a mention of diets or low fat in our house. But my son, he ate everything till he was 2, and then he hit that fussy phase where it was, and I always swore I wouldn't have certain things in the freezer, and now my freezer was full of waffles and stuff like that. But you choose your battles. But the first time he ate a carrot was when we grew it ourselves last summer. So there's a great sense of achievement for a child to grow something. I mean, it sounds very obvious, but it's a great thing for them to do. See the seed, water it, and eat. Ooh, reap our harvest of 3 baby carrots.
It's like that conversation we heard about last year, Maia. Do you remember that there was a class in a school somewhere around the country, and they were asked where milk came from, and the most common answer was Aldi.
Yeah.
So it is about that.
I missed that.
Yeah, that was we were talking about it on the show at the time. But there is that whole understanding the process, knowing where it all comes from, and getting the children involved. So we have this grow box in front of us, Maia. Do you want to talk us through it?
The grow box is amazing. I was so happy to partner with Energia for this campaign, because I was doing this last year myself anyway. And Energia got in touch and said, look, we're giving out these grow boxes. And they are brilliant, because sometimes I don't have green fingers, and it really is a thing, and I just don't have them. My sister had them, my grandmother's and my mum had them, but I don't. This makes it very simple. So Energia are giving away 1,000 of these boxes, and there's a lot in there. Everything is in that you'll need. That brick that you have there, just to your left, Anna, I think. Oh, that brick there, There's a compost block. You put it in a bucket, fill it with 3-4 litres of water, and it expands into enough compost to fill all those pots there. So you have seeds, you have your compost, you have your bee bombs. We're all hearing a lot about the decline of bees and biodiversity in Ireland at the moment, and they are gorgeous. There's 18 different species of native Irish wildflower in there. But the point is, you don't need a big garden, because I was getting quite envious. We're talking about outdoor summer now. And do you remember last summer people are saying, oh, just stay at home and buy a new barbecue? Not everybody lives in a house with a huge garden. I don't, as you can see over my shoulder. But if you have a window box, if you have a patio, if you have a little balcony like I do, you can grow this stuff. And it's not going to be the same as having a huge garden and a beautiful barbecue and a pagoda and everything. But you know what? It's very, very satisfying to take control of your own little personal space like that. And you can do it. I've done it. Look, it's blooming out there.
These seed balls, Maia, are they just compacted
that wall
seeds?
of leaves you can see is fake. So just let's not talk about that.
You're giving away all your secrets this morning, Maia. These seed balls that I've taken out of the Hessian bag.
Oh, there it is.
These are compacted seeds that you plant, I guess, are they?
It's also, this is gardening for dummies, Anna, as well. Like, I'm not saying that that's you, it applies to me, though. You don't have to do anything. These will actually just break down themselves. So you can throw them onto the soil in your garden. You can put them in a pot. Make sure they have sun and water, and they will do all the work for you. Ours, we planted our bee bombs about 2 weeks ago, and they're starting to sprout now, which is just amazing. And Tom, the joy in it. Now, I have to say, what I tend to do as well with the vegetables, and again, this is not what you should do, people, but sometimes when your child's maybe under 5, you need to encourage them. So I will occasionally hide a strawberry or a carrot and go, oh, look, they're growing already, just to kind of move things along. So last year, we planted tomatoes, and they...
What I love is that the bee bombs come with a little explainer, because it's very, very important that we look after the bees, and this tells us why.
It is. It is. And I think we've become obsessed over the last few years with, we love gardening with kind of the perfect garden. And it's a manicured lawn and it's beautiful pruned rose bushes. And actually, I think we're moving away from that. And we're starting to kind of rethink what we consider as beautiful. And I live in Dublin here, in Trinity College. Their front lawn used to be totally manicured, looked like they were cut with nail scissors. They've now transformed those into wildflowers. And we used to think of those as being weeds. And same with the roundabouts and the verges of motorways now. They're letting them grow wild. And I think we're starting to think of that as being beautiful as opposed to the manicured gardens of old. And there's still a place for manicured gardens, but I think we need to embrace the daisies, embrace the wildflowers, you know. And the thing is, you know, I haven't gone all bohemian. I've always been an advocate for common sense, and I'm very into sustainability. And I think we have to make things manageable for people, you know. So if you're cutting your lawn less, that can only be a good thing, can't it? Yeah,
and as you say, it's about adapting to the space that you have as well, Maia. Like, you know, you're growing in a small space.
Exactly. Now, Energia, there's 1,000 of these boxes. The closing date for registration to win one is next Monday, June 14th.
Okay.
So if you go to getirelandgrowing.ie, you can register to win. And the odds are in your favour. There's 1,000 boxes to give away. Closing date is Monday. Then hopefully you'll get your box. And on June 19th, there's a National Get Ireland Growing Day. We want everyone to go online and post a picture of something you have grown, however impressive or unimpressive it might be. I'm really trying to work hard on one plant so I can show off.
Have a bit of fun with it and get the family involved, I suppose. They're the important aspects, Maia. You've been studying climate change during lockdown, is that right?
Not yet, but I've applied
you're starting.
For the last couple of years, I've been hosting the climate change show on RTE, and I really wanted to learn more in a more structured way. So with all the difference of lockdown, I thought, how can I do this? And I applied for a master's in climate change policy in DCU and got accepted. And I'm going, hooray! But now I have to actually go and do the thing.
You have to do the work.
And I have to say, I was never a natural student years ago. I'm very distractible. So when I see myself as being, you know, it's now a meme, that 30 Rock clip of Steve Buscemi going around the school with a skateboard going, hello, fellow kids. Yeah. So that'll be me week 1 in DCU. Oh, we'll see.
Are you looking forward to it, though?
I am. Like, it's a part-time course because obviously I have to work and I have to look after my son. And I'm hoping that as a mature student, mature is over 26 in college terms. So,
and you're just 27.
You just scraped in, Maia.
Exactly. Just got in there.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to getting back to something that's quite structured and that I have a genuine interest in, and that I can. I think the last year has been so hard for so many of us, and we're all trying to think about, what we actually want for the rest of our careers. And we live in a time where, the era of our parents and grandparents, where you got a job at 21 and you did it till you were 65, is gone, And I have friends who've gone back to do law and medicine in their 40s. I mean, huge changes. So I'm excited. But now that I've said it publicly, I can't drop out.
Yeah. There's no going back to
now.
Now
it's on record, Maia. We want to see that degree in a frame within a couple of years.
Maia, we'll get working on these and we'll let you know how we get on. We'll get them out into the Ireland AM garden and get planting, won't we, Simon?
Thank you, Maia.
And if I see the grow box full of arrows, it's not an archery card.
Okay. I promise I'll plant something. Good to see you, Maia. Look after yourself.
Take care, Maia.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Right, to find out more about growing your own vegetables at home or about the Get Ireland Growing Day, I got that out eventually.
There's a lot of alliteration in there, isn't there?
.ie, yes.
After the break, there's more summer styles over on the catwalk. We're talking fashion next.